Hi, this is Sherry. I need one moment because I don't know if it's showing or not. So I'm going to go out of this one because it's not showing on the one hmm, let's see. I'll try it again. It says I'm live, but I don't see it. I'm going to get off of here. Can anyone see me and hear me? Okay, okay. Good. I can't find me. I won't worry about it. It can stay there. Let's see if I can get the screen a little bit bigger so I can see you guys. Let's see. Then I don't see your comments. So I'm going to bring it back down here to where I can see the comments. Okay. Thanks. You're going to see wires and everything today. I don't know. I use StreamYard. I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, I'll tell you now. I use StreamYard, and they had a new feature for YouTube to where you could actually record in landscape or vertical, and they give you the option to do both. And hi, Crafty Klein. Welcome to the channel. We had some time. I'm talking about the difficulty I had starting out. So I thought, oh, okay, I'm going to try this. And I clicked on it. But when I went into YouTube to check how it downloaded it downloaded it like it was two lives. And that was confusing. So I deleted one. And I guess what I deleted was the one that would have been this one. So I had to go back into my settings and change to the destination and then re-add the destination on. So sometimes when they give you new stuff to try, and YouTube's offering it, better do some research instead of just click on like I did. So let me see. I'm going to see if I can go up to the top and say hello to everyone. Let's see. I guess I'm going to have to lean forward. Why isn't my comments? I'm just having issues today. There it is. There. Well, that might make a difference. Okay. I'm going to go back to the beginning because I want to say hello to everyone. Okay. I see, and I knew that Vintage Style by Jo, she has a channel, and that's what it's called. And it's, hi, Jo. She says that she'll be lurking a bit. You know, she must be doing some stuff. And Melanie Taylor, hi Melanie. Thank you for being here. And Melissa Makes Quilts. She has a channel. And I want to say hi to Melissa. And Melissa's saying hi to everyone. And let's see. Yep, she's saying hi to everyone. And then there is a Mary G. Well, welcome, Mary G. she's saying hi to everyone. I am sorry that you've uh, had to come in on me having a glitch at the very beginning, but that's what happens when you do lives. They just happen. So, but welcome to our group here. And let me see. I was telling you about my technical problems. Let me see. Good. You're all saying it worked. Mary G. Kathy Klein's here. Welcome. She's from Central Illinois. Uh, and let's see. So Magic. Welcome. Welcome. Net. And let me see. I'm just checking out. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Kathy, welcome. Well, it's giving me all sorts of. There it is. New comments. I'm going to click on that. I am just having an off day, I guess, but that happens. What can we say, huh? So, anyhow, a lot of you, and Regina's here. Hi, Regina. I said hi earlier, but and Laura. Hi, Laura. Welcome. Hope you're doing good. I hear that some of you might have gotten some snow, your first snow of the year. I'm in North Carolina, so in the central part, we didn't get snow, but temperatures are colder. And it did in the mountains. They got some snow flurries, so they started making snow, and I guess they opened up their ski slopes today, which is good. They need it for the economy and that. So, um, you, I got two camera angles here. I don't know if it's good or it's bad. Let me see. Okay, this might be getting in your way with of seeing what I'm doing. I don't know if I can change that. I will see. If not, forgive me. The comments. Okay. I didn't want it to show the comments on stage, but it is still doing that. So it's just wants to talk to you guys. I can make it small. It's a small font. Don't you love just this technology? I'd like to get rid of it is what I'd like to do. Okay. I'm done with it. I'm just going forward. Okay, there. I'm sorry that this is in here like that. Takes up my screen to be able to see, but that's okay. You got this camera here. You can look here, and that'll be good. And I hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to share that I got a wonderful postcard or a card from Joe. The vintage style by Joe. Isn't that pretty? So I can use that. She made that. She does wonderful. But I wanted to share that. Today I'm going to work on this little quilt here. It's a wall hanging. Let me see. I could put this camera on if you want me to. No, I'll leave it on here for a while. This is a wall hanging. It's small. You use the background as a back quarter, and it is back quarter is 18 by 22-inch wide, and then it will be cut down when you're done. But this is just a mini Dresden plates. I'm going to tell you in the description box, I do have the pattern link. It's birdy made it, and designed by Leslie Dahmer of Birdy Designs. The name of the pattern is called Micro Mini Dresden Tree Hanging or Pillow. And I ordered this off of her Etsy shop. So if anybody wants to do it, you can get that. I had prepped some of the things just ahead of time, but when you're getting a pattern and you're doing a pattern, the best thing you can do first is to read through it and see kind of, everybody looks at the material needs, but I look through it to see what it is that we need. And I'm looking at the chat here in a little bit. Hi, Deb. Hi, Zaza. Hi, Nancy. I'm having a little difficulty today with my, technically, I've got a problem. So anyhow, I'm dealing with it. I can see the chat, but it is it's small, so that's what's hard for me to see. So if I miss somebody or your comment, I apologize. So anyhow, when you get a pattern, we always look at the material lists, right? We always kind of see what we have to do for cutting and all that. Well, this one here, you want to look through and see that you got all the pages. This was a PDF. And what they did is they had you cut out your rectangles, like these, okay? Or your Dresden plates. And they have the directions on all of on this throughout. I'm going to move this on over here because I want to show you what I did. I had two fabrics, but I'm going with this one. Let me see if I can get it to where you can see it good. I'm going with this one because it's light and light background in that, but it still has some detail. You see these curved lines? I traced those on to this because there is a page in here that shows the tracing. And you can put it right down underneath your fabric. And I used the sew line marker, and I traced these out onto my fabric. I thought as I did it, I did like I know that this is going to be cut down a little bit, so I made sure I had enough at the top and enough at the bottom. That when I cut it, that it wouldn't cut off, more than I needed. So what these lines are for is placement lines for your blades. I did do up a couple blades ahead of time. There's these. Let me see, where can I put it? Okay. So for this one, you're gonna, I'll end up showing you, but you kind of play with the colors, what you want. They did it before they made them into the Dresden blades. They laid out all their colors and kind of decided how they wanted it and that. Um, I wasn't going to be as particular about it, but anyway, that would be the start of it. Now, I found out one thing. One thing I did is I traced every one of these things. Hi, Mary. If you see me reaching, it's because I'm trying to see the comments. Hi, Katie. Welcome. I can't get it in the my YouTube. I don't know what is going on with it. I'll try it one more time. Get rid of it. Yeah, I think I can see. Nope. I don't know where I'm at. Okay, I gotta focus. I'm getting really sidetracked here. Deb, hi. Okay, what they do is they tell you they give you templates, a page of templates, and each of these rows right here are a different size. Dresden, like there'll be a little narrow at the top, a little narrow at the bottom, and then each row goes up. And they showed that you take like a 2.5 inch square, and you can put two pieces together and cut it, trace it, and cut it. Well, I did where I took each piece from that paper and I cut it out. Then I laid it on my fabric. See if you can see this here. I laid it on my fabric and traced it. Now I'm going to share with you a little bit of what I thought would be better. And all I did is go around it with a pencil. And on these templates, it tells you how many to do for each one. Okay. So I kept the paper of what it was with that size. Okay. Now, what I figure that would be better off to do is to take freezer paper, make your size blocks maybe 3 by 3 or so. And if they want you to do this, let me see the first one I'll show you. This one, they want me to cut 9 of them. So I can layer them, and maybe I don't want to cut any more than 3 at a time or 4 at a time. But I can layer that on top of each other and put a pin in to where it stays. Then put the template on top, and I can trace them. Freezer paper. Trace it off onto freezer paper and iron it to the top piece of fabric. That sticks to the fabric, and you can then trace around it and cut it. Then you can get more pieces cut and less tracing around each thing. So that works good with it works good with tracing. It will be a much faster process. So what they did is gave you this sheet. They give you different sheets that has the templates on it. Let's see if I can see the chat a second. Whoop. I lost my whole window. Okay, I said hello to Nancy and Katie. I'm having a fumbly day. I hope everybody else is having a great day. Everybody's saying hi. So anyhow, I don't know if anybody was doing this project. I had put it out on YouTube and all that on getting the pattern if you wanted to. So what I ended up doing the old-fashioned way is I took sandpaper, like the light sandpaper, and I put it underneath my fabric. I want you to be able to see that. Then I could lay my template on. By using the sandpaper, your fabric doesn't move. Now, I don't plan on getting this done today, but I was just sharing with you what I was sewing. So I have that, and I'll still keep this with this piece because I haven't cut it out, and it'll stay with it until I use it. I'll put this, I just had this little sandpaper disc. This is a fabric I wanted to use, but I thought this would get lost within it. You see how that kind of blends in? So right there, I'll show you. Yeah, it kind of blends in. So I didn't do that. So kind of audition your fabric. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Lori. Hi, Brenda. Welcome. Now, what I've done too that they did not ask to do, I put a stabilizing. I used SF 101 because what they want you to do is when you're done to attach these, they want you either straight stitch or blanket, otherwise known as buttonhole stitch too. They want you to do that. Has anyone seen the pop-up Christmas trees in real life? Are they cheesy? I haven't seen them. I'm looking for a good deal on a tree for my window. You mean it's a real tree, but they just like that, huh? Cool. So anyhow, I did that for so that when I do my outlining by machine, it's not going to bunch up on me. Okay, so put this aside. Get situated here. This is my first row. You work from the bottom up. So I was doing that, but what I did is, I'll show you. I chain stitched. And it works good. Oh, definitely have a thread starter, or what does Zaza call it? Thread bunnies. You'll want to have that because it will just eat this up if you don't. And I just folded it in half, and I'm doing the bigger wedge part. Can you see this? So this is the part that I'm going to sew on. And I'm chainsawing them. You just got to see which one's the right side on this one. I'm not using this fabric in the quilt. I just cut out a little sample. I like to take it over to the iron and give it a little press down the middle. It holds it better. But I didn't do it on this. But that's okay. So just what I did is I took my row. It is row it's layer 6, and I sewed all of them together in a chain. Yeah, it's easier if you do press that a little bit, because it's such a tiny little thing. I'm doing a 1/4 inch seam, and I changed my stitch length down to 1.8 because it's such a tiny seam. Okay, get this last one in that I did, and then I'll show you what. Okay, so your first row that you're working on, then you can take these apart. Some you can leave them in a chain and do all of them, and then do each step. But I need an instant gratification. Hi, Donnell. So you're working and lurking. Well, that's okay. Oh, you can't get me to stay on, Lori? Well, mine's going crazy too. I can't get it to come up on the on my iPad. So I'm trusting in you. It's thrown me off. So anyway, we have these. I just hope you can see what I'm doing well. I take this and I liked it. And this is the seam. I like to put my finger over the seam and then poke it out with my fingernail. Then if you got a little purple thing, okay, cool. So I was just talking about the tree. So I take that and I can poke this corner out and get it nice. Okay. And I would do that on all of them. Poke it out. I'm not going to do this at the ironing board, but then I would take these and I'd make sure that that seam was in the middle, and I would take my iron and I would press that. Let's see if this presses. My little roller. See? See? It did a little. Trying to give you different angles. Oh, ignore the question mark, huh? Well, I can't, I don't seem to be able to do my chat and talk and do this at the same time today. I'm just fumbling. So anyway, you do all of those. Now, I chose to do my tree in different fabrics, different greens. And I can play around with these before I actually even sewed them into this row like this. But I do this quilt, I'm doing it by chain piecing. So I'll do 2. And then I'll do all the 2, then I bring it back, trim it, do all the, and then I do 4 together. Now I will put these together. And what you want is you want to match that little make sure it's matching up there, and you want to start at the part that the point is not, because it's too thick otherwise. Okay. Now, what they say to do is to finger press at least your seams over to the left on this, so they're all going to the correct direction. But you know, if they're on the right and they're all doing the same direction, I don't think it matters. So then I would go ahead and put my next one on. And I just make sure I'm getting lined up here. Main thing is to know what row that you're working on, that you keep them marked. And with the fabric, so you can tell. Then I'll finger press this in. Now what they say to do is to take it to your iron. I hope you can see this. You take it to your iron and you will press the tips, which should be probably from here on up. They said not to press this down here at that point, because what they want is, they said that it will curve for you. Sorry. It said that it will curve if it's not pressed. If it's pressed, did I miss some of that? Yep. I got a whole nother section here I got to put on. There. If it's pressed, it won't make the curve as easy. So I'm going to sew this other one on. And then what I probably will do is pin that. This actually is a past project. I just, you know, what took the most time is tracing them out. But I think if you use the freezer paper method, it would work good. Isn't that cute? Look at how little these are. They're so cute. And yes, these would be great to EPP. In fact, I think I would enjoy it even more because, but I didn't have time to find the right size that I needed. So I didn't do that. But I think this in EPP would be great because this row and this row is the same. Now you could, then after that, you could, it goes down like maybe a quarter of an inch or something like that in size. Maybe not a quarter of an inch. But anyhow, I will take this just so I can, they said to place it on the line. Now, I thought about if I wanted to, I could glue base this on here. No, I didn't press these, so. Okay. And you do want your pins to where you can end up taking them out because you overlap these Dresdens. But who doesn't like a Dresden blade? I love them. They are, Laura, and they're not hard to do. I mean, when I was sewing these, chain sewing these I would take over the iron and I would press them in half the top part. I didn't on those that sample, and it made it so much easier. So this is the start of the Christmas tree. Any questions? Does anybody think that they'll do this? You should do a Dresden quilt. I know I got so many Dresden plates like already cut that I want to do, and they're more vintage fabrics, and so I want to do that because I think it'd be really nice. Birdy has lots of great many patterns. I've done a few of them over the years. This is from Zaza, and this is the first one I've done. But I think that's great. Now, Zaza, did you do them? Uh, did you change any of them to EPP, or is this what the only one that it's you can? Oh, my trusted tree skirt. I have too many things that I want to hand sew too. I'm still on the second round, and I'm getting there. Uh, and I am going to do that third round and do the windows because that's part of the challenge. And I looked at the, when Elise had given us instruction, when she did it the second time, the first time it went over my head and I thought, oh my, I'm lost. But the second time it clicked. So it's not as bad. It's not as hard to do those windows as I'm only on round one. Well, then I feel okay. It takes time to sew those little stinkers together, you know, because you sew them to the one row and then you have to sew them between. So I'm almost done with my second row. And when I am, then I'm going to decide what fabric I want to do and cut for my next row. The thing is that I want to make sure I'm doing is putting those templates back in, my paper pieces back in with the instructions and things like that, so that if I want to do it again, I can, or if somebody wants to, or do a variation of it. Donnell says next year I want to do a traditional pieces quilt and do it all as EPP. God bless you, girl. That's Donnell. I think it would be really fun to do. It would be. Maybe you should do a sew along, Donnell. I mean, we get FOMO around here. We want to know. We got to be part of it. So, what I did, just to let you know, is that the last one is layer 6 and layer 5. So, I just put a clip on it. Oops, I want to make sure you can see that. I put a clip on it and I keep it with it. Now, these have been pressed at the ends for this. So I don't have this in any particular order at this time. I'm just going to bring this on over here so you can see it, and I will lay some of these out. I kind of thought maybe I would do, you could either do a lot with these shadows, and highlights, and I was just trying to determine how I might want this, and I'll switch it around. I'll get it placed just how I want it before I pin this down. Make sure that it all sticks together, or not pin it down, but before I sew these together, see what I like. Sometimes I just, you know how I'm doing this is sort of like when you decorate a tree, you got a lot of different elements on it. I'm kind of doing that more than the highlight and shadows, but I am keeping that in mind too. Let me see. I think I'll put this in here too. And then you can see I'm running out of room because these I got little Christmas bulbs. Oh, you know what? Let me see. How about I got a little candy cane. So you could do fussy cutting if you wanted to on these. You know, it'd have to be a small print. And another thing is you would not have to do it in the traditional Christmas colors. You could do a blue tree. That could be pretty with that. You know what? I'm going to switch this one with this one. See, this is the fun part about playing because I think that this little bulb needs to dangle at the end. You think? Now this will all squish together good. So let me see. Hi. Let me see. Whoops. Look. Okay. Zeus's Petals Creative. You have a first name you want to share? It's nice to have you in here. You said it looks great. I haven't made a Dresden yet. Thank you for showing us. Oh, it's Annie. Annie, it is so much fun to do Dresdens. And this is just a tiny little one, but to do the other, and it's fun. I really like it. It's not a hard thing to do. Oh, well, thank you. Okay, so if you have a channel, just go into share and you can type share and it should show up. Everything's just being goofy on me today, but so I'm trying to, I'll have to check out your channel. Yeah, share. Let's see if that works. It's either share, exclamation share or it's share. It worked. Yeah. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, Annie, I'm going to go on and I'll subscribe to your channel. We like to support each other. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write your name down so that I can remember to do that. I got to just go. Okay. Whoops. Come on. It's creative. What do you like to work on, Annie? Is there, when you're doing your videos and everything like that? I don't know why it wants to give me trouble. Okay. Zaza says Annie has great tutorials. She's from the UK. Great. Well, definitely gonna check her out. And that. Okay, so drop your link, okay, Annie? And Donnell and all y'all. Oh yo. Okay, let me just show real quick a little bit. So I kind of laid them out how I would want these. Then I'll take 2 at a time, put them right sides together, make sure that those points right there are meeting. That's one thing that's important about doing a Dresden is that you want this part to meet. I'm going to get my little thread bunny catcher in there. And I'm just lining this up again. And I'll start chain sewing them. Yeah, I think this would be fun to do in EPP. I'm going to take my next 2. I'm going to check and see because I know that I have to have the templates for these, different sizes. I didn't see Zaza, but you said you did that, those patterns from this pattern designer before. Were they piece patterns or you said that they're miniatures? So I'll have to go back and really look. This, I was on Pinterest and that's where I got the information about this. So you know how it is. Go in Pinterest for inspiration. And next thing you know, you're inspired. So I'm just at this point doing this whole row 2 at a time. Aww. So you're new to doing the channel? I can't wait to check out your channel, Annie. So I'm just lining it up again, making sure that these points right here meet. I'm doing a 1/4 inch seam. What I'll do is I'll work on this more here on my own too, like get this part done. Then next week I will share with you putting the bottom on and the star, doing the star, and then how to do the blanket stitch or buttonhole or straight stitch. You don't, some people don't have all the fancy stitches, but or you may choose. This is good, Donnell and Zaza. I guess I could have done it. I have one extra. Choose to I tell you what, it just went out of my head. I can't remember. Hi, Sheila. Oh, to do the blanket stitch by hand. That might be fun to do because you can sit and relax and do it. So, I got the backing for another one that I had put that SF 101 on, which I wouldn't had to if I was going to do it by hand so much. But anyway, here's my get my little thread thing off. Put this under. I'll take this because this is my last one I did. And I'll put the right sides together with this. Yeah, this pattern, if you guys want to, you can get the pattern and start it. You can do it together. But it'd make a nice little gift for somebody, like if you're invited over to someone's house for Christmas, uh, it would be nice to give them a hostess gift. So what I'm going to do is I'm pushing the seams all to one side. Actually, I'm going to clip this off. I'm putting them in, I'm still kind of putting them in order. Okay. So I take this. Now I could do this all at the end if I wanted to. Just, you know, go right into sewing this together. And I probably, yeah. I'm checking this out here. Oh, make sure your blades are going the same direction. Almost did it this way. A double-sided. I haven't seen that, Zaza. A double-sided blanket stitch. I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back and I'm putting this together. I'll just do this row and for today, I'm gonna do this one. Yeah, and remember when you're pressing these, just press from this part up. They don't want you, you can finger press this, but they don't want you to really set the seam so it'll curve easier for you when you're putting it on your background fabric. Okay, get this in. Joe's back. Hi, Joe. Okay, get this one. Put them together again. Now, if you wanted to do all of your pieces, all your rows, you know, in order of doing the chain and stitching, putting, I guess I kind of did that. No, yeah, like these. If you wanted to just sew all of them together like that, you can. That one I cut short. But I think it'll be okay. Okay, so let's see what I have here. I just want to show you when I'm putting the other. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to finger press this. Now I'm going to show you me laying it on there, but I want you to know that I will do the pressing that they ask me to do before I make it permanent, where I'm going to stitch it down, because you want all these to be really nice there. Okay, so I'm going to take this now put these together. I'm almost done with this row and we'll call it good. How's that? And then that way, if you want, you can catch up. And remember what I said is that it will be easier to do this and trace these out in with freezer paper. Cut layers of the fabric. Iron the freezer paper to the top fabric. Put some pins in so that the fabric stays together as you're cutting. Trace it off and then cut it. Or Zaza has, which I thought about, which it also, but is do this in English paper piecing. I don't know if everybody has knows what that is, but you can do this that way, and they don't have to be this size. It can be a little bit bigger if you need it to work. And basically, you can take. I was trying to think. You could almost take the triangle shape, couldn't you, Zaza? And not do the bottom part of it to make the blade. If yours were too small, your what? Oh, for EPP? Okay, I'm just checking this here. Okay. Last one, I can sew this together. Okay, let's see. They all go in this certain way. I'm just taking my roller just to roll it out a little bit in place of the iron because I don't want you to have to watch me iron. Okay, I'm going to bring this back over here so you can see. This is where you're going to fiddle a little bit, but this is the next row. And I'm just going to see. Now, I wanted to tell you, you may want to do this, and I think I probably will. They want you to turn the ends in 1/4 of an inch under before you blanket stitch. So you're not going to raw edge stitch this. So I would probably do that or press the seam in or finger press it in. Because once I have this pinned on, it will be just a little bit more difficult. So let me put this on a little bit and let you see what I've got. I think it's going to be cute. Now, my pins should be going the other direction because I'll need to remove them as I'm sewing. Okay, now I'm going to do, this is one thing that's good about if you press your edges, you will know where you want to line your next row up and make sure like this is the point here, but the point here is in. So I would shift this a little bit. You see, I'd shift this, but I'm going to turn it. Isn't this adorable? I love it. And it'll go all the way to here. This is going to be my tree trunk. When I get, that's probably not, that's supposed to be the tree trunk. And there's a star that goes on the top. And I'm using a batik, a yellow batik. So anyway, if there's no questions, I hope I answered questions for everyone. And I hope that if you have any, put them in the comments, and or go on my community page and ask the question, and I'll be glad to answer anything. So check out Annie's website, and Annie, you check out the other websites. We've got a lot to offer, a lot of talent in here. So anyway, next week I will have these rows sewn together and placed, but I will either decide whether or not do I want to do a buttonhole stitch by hand or do I want to do it by machine. And you'll end up, you got to go down one side, down this and up. You're going to do the points and all that. You're going to go through. So you'd basically be doing this row and then you do that one. So I'll show you the blanket stitch, put the trunk together, the star together. So if you guys want to do this and catch up or anything, that's good. You're always love. I know. I watched my first Christmas movie last week. This, yeah, this end of the week on Netflix. I am a Hallmark junkie. I didn't watch it on Hallmark. I watched it on Netflix, but it was a good one. So anyway, thank you for the ones that showed up for the first time. Thank you for sticking it out while I went through some technical difficulties. But, when you do a live, that's just ends up being a norm, that if you go through a live and you have no issues, it's great because the next week you could. And so anyway, if anybody's using StreamYard and they give you that option, or YouTube gives you the option to do vertical and horizontal both, and it says it'll stream to two, like it gives you credit for like two videos, but it shows the same one on there. You're welcome, Melissa. That's what messed me up. So I would have to research it a little bit more before I would tend to do that. So just check it out, ladies, if you're got a channel and you think that you want to do it, because it is like, what it is it says you can do YouTube, you can do Facebook, it's like you can run more than one stream at the same time. But newbies, we don't always get it. So anyway, thank you. And I'm looking forward to the next week. I'm excited about doing this. I'm bringing this down. I'm excited to do this, to see the process of it. Would you all, like, if somebody either in Discord or in the community page, let me know, should I do a hand blanket stitch, or should I do it by machine? Or do you want to see it both ways? So, okay, Sheila, thanks for joining. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.